I had a feeling from the start that this may be a bad idea to write a foreword for Bubba. These may be the last words you hear from me, but if I get fired for my writings, at least I know that it was honest in my feelings.
Jesus, really makes you be a dick.
To start, I have never met someone as self-centered, yet as selfless as Bubba. I've known him for 13 years, and yet I still don't fully understand what is buzzing around his brain. He barters his name and brand daily by pimping racing sponsors for free parts and chicken dip for a piece of the company. He starts adult websites with a ring of internet whores and strippers, all in an effort to gain profits by rotating them in studio once a month and drive subscribers to both their website, which he owns a piece of, as well as his own Bubba Raw site, which he owns the majority of, in his own perverse circular pimp game. He spends time in commercial breaks scouring the web for quarter-midget parts and getting into Twitter fights with some of his best fans instead of focusing on upcoming topics, and yet he is able to pull huge ratings because he is Bubba, a guy's guy and a man's man. He talks racing, and yes, I know what you're thinking, NASCAR. Wrong. He talks about obscure racing that 0.0005% of our audience knows or cares about. He makes up words and butchers the English language so badly, he warns his coworkers and listeners by letting them know he is about to butcher the English language. Nervous. Now, where I come from, if someone says they are calling themselves out for saying a word wrong and continue to do it, that makes them both retarded and wrong. In Bubba's world, it makes him Bubba. He blatantly makes up "so I've heard" tales about situations with certain people, and listeners buy into it. Some may call it slanderous, but with Bubba, well, it's just Bubba being Bubba. He's the only redneck I know that has put out a rap album and worked as a wigger for top 40 stations who actually believed he was black by using phrases like "cuz" and rhymed anything with "the love." For instance, if your name was Pat, he would call you Pat the Love Spat. If your name was Mike, he would call you Mike the Love Trike. It makes no sense at all.
No, you're not right on that. I would have called him a Spike.
You would.
I would have called him Mike the Love Spike.
Mike the Love Spike. Okay, I apologize.
Go ahead.
It makes absolutely no sense. No sense to the point where he was pulling in 40 shares at night. Folks, that is Bubba being Bubba. Now for the flip side of the coin. One of the things I admired from day one about Bubba was his ability to look at a simple story and dissect it and peg the exact issue that was at hand. He has a unique ability to spin a story from what is on the paper to what it is in reality. I'll be honest, 99% of the time he is right. He can call something shifty or shady from miles away, and as distant as he is, or as ignorant as he seems about the topic at hand, he is closer to the facts than anyone will ever know. He possesses the ability to listen without listening. A person will spill their guts to him and tell their secrets, and he will have you believe that they are safe and tucked away in his mind. Little do you know, 20 years from now, he will recall every detail about what you said, both good and bad. He's the only person who doesn't keep score until you cross him. Then, not only does he keep score, he recalls it and gets even by settling the score. I've been fired for not singing karaoke with a porn star during lunch with him, and have been dressed down in front of 100 people at a New Year's party for making a Diet Coke joke. I remarked that I thought I was off the clock, in which he replied, "When you're in my presence, you are never off the clock, ever."
When did I dress you down during New Year's Eve?
Cowheads party.
When was that?
New Year's Eve.
This past year?
No. It was a while back. I mean, this was, going back years.
98 Rock Days?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Whatever. So I'm just trying to keep score here, because I'm supposed to be keeping score.
I learned a long time ago not to get too close to Bubba. His childhood surely has something to do with it, but I've seen him burn every bridge he has ever built and not remember why. I've also seen him build back those same bridges with his own charm. He's a master of manipulation. In radio, that's not a bad thing. In fact, it's a quality one must possess to attain the status he has in this industry. Over the years, I've seen him grow tremendously in both work ethic and in character, and for that, I'm so proud of him. As much as we butt heads on air and as much as I roll my eyes on certain show structure or things he chooses to get angry about, I must say that he's a mentor to me. Watching him perform his craft is no different than growing up wanting to be a running back and having the ability to watch and shadow Emmitt Smith day after day, minute by minute. You learn both what to do and what not to do. I respect how far he's come in the business. I respect his loyalty to his coworkers and employees. When you're on the inside of his world, you almost feel like you are a made man. I must question, though, is it loyalty or is it the fact that we know so much about him and his secrets that he would rather keep us close than have us out of arm's reach? I suspect it's a combination of both. On a closing note, I respect his balls. He lays it out there day after day for people to scrutinize. He always bets on himself, and he has always won. It's an honor to be a part of his winning team, and I hope the tradition of winning continues for a long time to come. Fact is, I never had much of a father, and as weird as it seems, Bubba is probably the closest thing I have to one. I just wish he would buy me $400,000 in equipment to do something I like. There you go.
Wow. $400,000 in equipment?
At least.
Oh, you're talking about racing? Is that what you're talking about?
You didn't really listen, did you?
Yeah, I did.
You are texting. He's texting.
No, I'm not. Look, can you see what I'm doing? Why don't you tell you what I'm doing right now? I'm looking at rims.
Look at rims in text.
What am I? I'm looking at rims. I heard it all. It's very therapeutic. You know, it was decent. You came in hard and you baby faced at the end. That's cool. I guess. I like to try to get everybody's spin on. I think that might end up being the stiffest of all. I think. Manson, were you going to be that stiff?
No.
No.